Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine. So welcome to the first episode of chess analysis of the series Alekhine versus Capablanca World Chess Championship in 1927. So very excited for this series and hope you all are too. So before we start the game, let's start with some backstories. The World Chess Championship was held in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1927. And maybe you are thinking that is this necessary, but I think the people from Argentina would be very happy to hear your opinions. Okay, then the moving on to the both the players of moving on to the actual stories of the both the players. So Alexander Alekhine, so he he became a grandmaster at the age of 16. At that time he was considered one of the youngest. And very one interesting story of Alekhine is that in the beginning of World War One, they found that Alekhine so at the time of outbreak of the war, the Russian players were taken to prison. So there, so maybe Alekhine would have been released, or he would never be able to play. Or but later they released Alekhine, and it's a very interesting story. So that's why I shared it. So now a story of Capablanca. So Capablanca have just defeated Emil Lasker to become world chess champion and in 1921, and he has been champion for 6 years. So now, so I guess that that information is more than enough. So let's start with some. So before we begin, I want to share one more story that prior to this match, Alekhine had never defeated Capablanca, and they have played in which the record of Alekhine was 5 losses and 7 draws. So many people were thinking that Alekhine has no chance against Capablanca, but as they say, for World Chess Championship, that the players who have never defeated their opponents has the highest chance. And maybe we will find out who they are one day. But jokes apart, for an example, Petrosyan against Botvinnik, Fischer against Spassky, Kasparov against Karpov, and etc. And this all data is I am getting from chess.com article. So if wrong, you know who to blame. So so yes, as I told you, at that time Capablanca was considered practically invincible, and it was a very lost chance for Alekhine to win this championship. So we will see who wins at the end of this series, or maybe you can Google it. But okay, let's move. So before we start, the rule of the championship is, so the one who one to first to win 6 matches and 15 points wins. So the first to win 6 matches and 15 points should have 15 points will win the world chess champion. So now finally, without further ado, we will start with the match. Sorry about that. So the Capablanca is with the white pieces and Alekhine is with the black pieces, and I hope that I am saying the names of both the players right. So Capablanca opens the game with e4 and Alekhine replies with e6. The French defense, Capablanca goes for d4 and d5. Knight to c3 and bishop b4, and we are into the Vigneault's variations of French defense. Vigneault's variation of French defense. Yeah, very difficult names to say. Okay. So e cross d5, Capablanca captures the pawn, and Alekhine also captures e cross d5. Bishop to d3, developing the bishop, and Alekhine developing his knight to c6. Knight to e2. Yes, you can also develop knight to here at start, but in this game knight to e2 was played, and Alekhine also developed his knight to e7. Okay, Capablanca castles, and Alekhine goes for bishop to f5. Bishop cross f5, knight cross f5, and queen to d3. Queen to d7, and knight to d1. Maneuvering the knight to come to the king side to get into the game. So here Alekhine castles, and the game goes off. Knight to e3, bringing the knight over, trying to exchange this strong knight of Alekhine. So knight cross e3, bishop cross e3, and rook f to e8, bringing rook to the center. You should always bring rooks to the open file. Okay, so knight to f4, as this knight is protected the bishop, and this knight over is at the f4 is very powerful knight. So bishop to d6, rook f to e1, knight b4, attacking the queen, but also trying to go for this c2 pawn. We will see how Alekhine attacks, and we will see in the further how Alekhine attacks this pawn. So first queen to b3, as you need to protect the queen, and now queen to f5, attacking the c2 pawn. As I told, now this makes a very beautiful. If knight comes here, it makes a beautiful fork of two rooks. So yes, you can't allow that. So rook a to c1, and here Alekhine captures the c2 pawn, and rook captures, and queen captures on f4. Now you may think, yes, you may think, why not bishop captures on f4? But if bishop captures on f4, then rook e1 is checkmate because of the back rank issues. So if you play this in one of your games, maybe your opponent will be very happy. So queen takes on queen takes on f4, and now attacking the queen with g3, queen to f5, rook to e rook c to e2, b6, protecting the pawn because it was attacked by the queen. But still, queen to b5, putting queen into more active square, improving the position of the queen, and and also trying to bring more attackers to this d5 pawn in future. We will see. Let's go. So h5 and h4, rook to e4, attacking this pawn, bishop to d2, and Alekhine captures the d4 pawn. Yes. So bishop to c3 and rook to d3 as bishop attacked the rook. Bishop to e5, trying to exchange Alekhine's bishop and try to give double pawn, but Alekhine first brings his rook to d8, bishop cross. So now he doesn't have to mess up his pawn structure for it. The rook can take it. Rook on e5, taking the queen, as it's a double rook. So queen to f3. So now this way, yeah, queen to f3. No, I was thinking to get back the pawn, but there is no. Yes, so Capablanca will not capture the d5 d5 pawn, but he will capture this h5 pawn. Rook captures on h5, queen captures, and first check. Rook to e8 check. Yes, you always need to give first checks so that it's a very good in between move. So the king has to move. King comes to h7, and now see, now queen to d4 will also come with the check. d3 will also come with the check. So queen to d3 captures the rook back. Alekhine offers the queen trade by bringing the queen to g6, but Capablanca declines it. He is going for the win, and he doesn't want a draw. Maybe if he had captured the queen, then it was very likely to be a draw. Queen to d1, uh, rook to e6, and rook to a8, attacking the backwards pawn of black. uh, Alekhine ignores their pawn and improves his position even further, even more, bringing the rook to e5. So now maybe he can double up the make the battery, or it's very famously said Alekhine gun, yeah, e5. So Capablanca captures on a7, and just as this pawn was also under attack, so moving the pawn to c5. Now rook to d7, double attack on the d5 pawn, and queen to, yeah, queen to just a minute, queen to e6, defending the pawn. Yeah. Queen d3 check, and protects from pawn. bringing the pawn forward, as that pawn is also protected by the f7 pawn. So Capablanca goes rook to d8 and Alekhine pushes the pawn. A4, rook to e1 check, king to g2, and queen to c6 check. F3, rook to e3, queen to d1, as the queen was under attack. Queen to e6, g4, rook e2 check, as the king is pretty vulnerable. You always have to see checks, and king to h3. And just checking with the engine. Yeah, yeah. Although the material is equal, but the position of the king, white king, is very bad, and that's why engine is giving a plus 10 or a minus 10, means 10 point advantage to black. And now queen to e3, trying to pin this pawn so he can't push this pawn. So queen to h1, defending the pawn, as this will come with check and mate. Yeah, because the king wouldn't have any good square after that. So queen to f4 by Alekhine, and h5, making one more room for the king. But this position is already very bad. Uh, yeah, rook to f2, and now the threat is again rook takes on f6, or queen takes on f6 with the check. But yeah, so in this position Capablanca resigns, because from next certain moves, no matter what white does, he will get checkmated. One lies was like if he tries like g2 h6 check, just king bringing king to the safety, and now it doesn't matter what the move is, because the white king is very much stuck here. A king captures, maybe. This is just engine line. uh, in move 43 here, Capablanca resign, and the first victory goes to Alekhine. So yeah, so this is just an engine line. See, okay, rook to e1 check, queen takes, and Alekhine is up a queen against the rook, and there is no point of playing this endgame, as it's a pretty easy win for easy blink for the black. Uh, so that was the first game. of the series, Capablanca versus I think maybe Capablanca just means that his king position is has become very bad, because the pawn pushed earlier created this this very damage in the position. So that was the game one. Alekhine won, and Capablanca lost the first game, but that is just the first game of the World Chess Championship, and we'll see. So I hope you like this, and like, share, and you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.